probably like 5th and 6th grade. But that's me in 8th grade in Centerville Junior High in Fremont, California. You guys ever heard the saying, hurt people? No? Okay, we're going to get to it at the end. But it's basically, if you're hurt and you don't know how to deal with that hurt or that pain, you lash out at other people. Anybody ever seen this tree before? Yeah? Some people? Okay, so all this stuff down here is like that hurt and pain that I had. The abuse that I had, sometimes abandonment, family. I'm a little kid taking care of my brother and sister at 5 or 6 years old. Cooking for them, 7 years old, doing different things, getting bullied, getting in trouble at school, thinking I was a mistake because my dad just said, oh, I just had sex with your mom and you popped out. And you just a mistake. If you're a little kid, you start hearing I'm a mistake. You don't really value your life, right? So people don't even get to see this. You might have some of this stuff going on. Sometimes people are abused sexually, mentally, physically, other things going on. And it grows. If you don't deal with it, you don't get the help that you need, it'll grow into other stuff. This other stuff can turn into all this stuff. Alcohol, drugs, addiction, gangbanging, a bunch of other stuff, right? So I want you to keep that in mind when we're all talking today. It says, if you never heal from what hurt you, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you. You guys get that? So like I was saying earlier, my hurt and my pain, I didn't deal with it at a young age. And I did deal with it. I deal with it the wrong way. I deal with it through violence. I deal with it through getting involved in gangs. I deal with it for doing all kinds of risky behaviors, right? I was bad. Off the hook. Cops. You guys ever heard NWA? Yeah, they were one of their famous songs. That was my attitude towards the police, towards everybody. My own parents. I fought my dad. I hit my mom. I got into it with family members. I couldn't even go to my grandparents' house when my dad was there because they thought we were going to fight because of all the stuff that was going on with us. There's some of me and my old friends. This one became a police officer. So that's why I put a happy face on there because he didn't want nobody to know he used to be a cholo. And there's more of us. So this is around April or something, 1999. I'm 17 years old. That's me right there. This is Lake San Antonio. I don't know if anyone knows where that's at. This is one of my homeboys, Wedo. My other homeboy, Stu. Anybody have any best friends? No? Yeah? My best homies? Well, this was like my best homie right here. Right? All my homeboys, we were down for each other no matter what. I mean, that's what we said, right? I ride for you, I die for you, all that kind of stuff. Well, this is important. Because at 17 years old, we got into an altercation, and my best friend got stabbed 4 times. And I went after the person who I thought stabbed my best friend. And somebody else killed that person. You see what it says there? Teens. Juvenile. So it doesn't matter how old you are. If you're a kid, you're hanging out with people or something, you don't even have to be from a gang. You could just be hanging out with the wrong people. If something happens, you probably don't get arrested too. So you see that? You got arrested and then get tried as an adult. Well, that means they can send a kid, a juvenile, to an adult facility and give you adult time. That's me when I went here 17 years old. You guys see any difference? I got that. The hair, man, I'm getting old now. 17. I ended up fighting my case. I was going to get 28 to life. I ended up getting the maximum sentence at that time. I took a plea bargain for voluntary manslaughter and gang enhancements. Right? And at that time, the law was different. For a gang enhancement, the max they could give you before the new law change was 3 years. Now it's like a life sentence. So there you see me right there. In court, I get the maximum sentence. I got 14 years. So, at some point, I was down for my homeboys no matter what. I mean, even my older homeboys. I would make my grandma boys live with. I lived with everyone. Grandma, uncles, aunts, everybody. bouncing around here and there, getting in trouble all the time. I would make my grandma go to the county jail and visit all the homeboys, so I could visit them because I wasn't 18. She would take me to the county jail, I'll visit the homies. I'd get money on their books, I'll get girls to write them. They call it getting burnout phones, so they can call collect for them. Right, I was down. They snitched on somebody, oh, just tell me who it is, man. I got it. I'm gonna go beat somebody up or do something to them. Right? That was the loyalty. I was like, oh yeah, these are my boys, right? Let me go back. When I got locked up, I didn't really get that loyalty back. Everybody said they're down for me, they love me. 14 years later, there's only like maybe 3 homeboys of mine that wrote me a letter or sent me something. Everybody else, either caught up in their own mess, getting in trouble, going to jail. I don't hear nothing from them. Or the gang task force told them they couldn't communicate with me. Like I was so loyal that I didn't care what the gang task force told me. I'd write you under a different name and you know it's me. Right? But they didn't show me that same respect. And when I got to the pen, I started looking at all this stuff, and I started looking at everybody, all the different gangs and the groups and the races, and seeing, like, man, that's freaking crazy. All these gangs right here, like say you guys were all gangs, different neighborhoods. You guys are all killing each other. And in prison, now you guys are all buddies. Same thing this group. All these different gangs fighting each other. But now they're buddies. All these other different gangs fighting each other. So you got Southerners over here, they're all killing each other in the streets. And now they all run together in prison. To me, that doesn't make sense. You got Northerners over here, the same thing. Some are fighting, killing each other, and when they go to prison, all friends. Or they have to be, because there's rules within the gang stuff, right? If you fight each other, there's rules, you get disciplined. So they do things to you. How many people like to get disciplined? No? If somebody's your friend, is it right? You think it's right for them to stab you? If you messed up, if you messed up in your class when your teacher, like, oh man, you talked out of turn, or you just rubbed your class, you think it's all right for her to stick you? Slice your face? That'd be crazy, right? You guys probably would start listening after that sometimes, right? That's what happens in prison. You don't do what you're supposed to do, what they tell you to do, you're gonna get disciplined. You're gonna have to do 100,000 push-ups, burpees, all this stuff. When you do something else serious, you're gonna get sliced. You're gonna get stabbed. They might tell you, hey, look, check it out, man. That might be your best friend since you were a kid, but he did something that we don't agree with as a gang, and you gotta go stab him. If you're his real friend, you ain't gonna stab him. But people do it all day long. I've seen people stab their own family members, try to kill their own family members over what a gang said. Right? It's not real friendship. It's fake. It's false. It's not real loyalty, right? Because once you're done with all that stuff, they don't care about you. They let you use you to do things, and they don't care about you. I started seeing all this inside the prison system. And I said, man, I gotta do something different, man. This ain't what it is. I stayed on the general population my whole term. But I started making choices. And I came up with this little motto. You see on my shirt, it says, if it's meant to be, it's up to me, right? Ain't nobody gonna change for me. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing for me but me. I put myself in this situation. I put myself hanging out with my homeboys, who people were getting caught up for murders and attempted murders, thinking, oh yeah, I didn't get caught up. I'm too smart. I'm too slick on my toes. Ain't nothing ever gonna happen to me. I used to see my friends get busted for murder. They're stupid. I would have did it like this. I'm smarter than them. But you can't say that when you're living a certain way of life, when you're hanging out with certain people. Anything can happen. Drugs and alcohol, you get in the mix, you're not thinking straight. Remember what I said earlier? Your brain ain't fully developed yet. So you ain't thinking straight, now you got some drugs and alcohol. Then you made a commitment to some neighborhood or some group of people that you don't have the maturity to even make. It's a recipe for disaster. So I started making changes inside prison. I started telling them, look, check it out, man, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna go to school. If you guys don't like it, I don't know. I was kind of scared too. That's pretty bold for someone who's 18, 19 years old. I mean, I was used to this lifestyle. This is who I wanted to be. But when I started seeing all this, I said, man, this is fake. I ain't gonna keep doing this. I'm trying to keep it real with myself. And people don't want to keep it real with them. That's how they live. But I had enough respect amongst the different gangs inside prison that when I went to them, they were like, all right, man, go do your thing. Just don't go back. Right? Don't go back to this lifestyle. I'm like, all right, cool. And it was hard. It's hard to stand up inside prison and say all this. Everybody else is fighting and doing the same exact thing. So I started making those choices. These are some pictures from the pen. This is a Soledad prison. That's me, my little sister. That's me, my little brother. How many of you guys got brothers and sisters? Alright. My little brother. I don't know if any of you guys have brothers and sisters. Copy you, try to do what you do. My little boys, my little son, we try to copy the 6-year-old, the other 6-year-old, we copy the 12-year-old. So I was setting a bad example for my little brother. The little kids in the neighborhood, I remember there was a little tiny kid, I don't remember how he was 3 years old, his name was Junior. We used to walk up to Junior, where you from, Junior? Junior, we're throwing up gang signs. I thought that was cute. In prison, some old girls would come visit me, Junior called this person the B word and this. I was like, what? They said, where you learn that from? He ain't even my family, he just lives in the neighborhood. Oh, I learned that from my Theo Danny. 5 years after I've been locked up, I'm thinking, man, look at all the stuff that I did. My brother, family union inside prison. So I started doing this. I felt like this was me right here, this frog. That I wasn't going to give up. This bird was all my bad choices, all the things that happened to me in my past. I said, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I don't know how I'm going to get through this 14 years, but I'm going to make it. And I started making those right choices, right? I came up with this saying, and I started putting that into practice in everything I do. I said, you know what? I got to get an education. Because I was a high school dropout. I got a GED inside prison. I found out that if I just studied a little bit, I ain't never studied. I only came to school to fight after school, to bang on somebody, or to holler at girls. Right? Trying to holler at many girls like that. That's the only reason why I came to school. I didn't do nothing else in school. I didn't do my homework, nothing. And then I realized, man, if I just do a little bit of work, I'll pass my GED. So, alright, I'm going to try to go to college. They don't really have college in every single prison. But I was able to go to college through the mail inside my little tiny prison cell. And I got an AA degree. I got all A's and B's. Never mind, all my grades were D's and F's before and dropped out. I got a drug and alcohol certification. This is a year before I paroled. My grandparents are the only people that really were still there for me no matter what. Prayed for me. I don't know if you guys got family that believe in God or something like that, but my grandma, anytime when I was home and sleepless, she would lay her hand on me. Me and just praying over me every single night. Before I went to bed, no matter what, she was always praying over me. And they would always think about me. She died a couple years ago. But she got to see me get out and do good. And not be all messed up and starting out small. Those are all the years incarcerated. It's a lot of years, right? And that ain't nothing. Everybody else can come up here and got more than that than me. There's a lot of birthdays. A lot of Christmases without my family. Watching my nephews and nieces grow up through pictures. A lot of Christmas with no tamales. You guys like eating tamales? I love tamales. I did my whole parole. I got out parole. That's me. That's an old ID from like, I don't know how old I was, 21 or something. And I've been going around talking to schools since I got out in 2011. And we're putting together teams of people to kind of share their stories so you guys can learn from what we have and do something different. These are all kids from Watsonville. It's my wife and my kids. Got to be living with my wife to know. My pops. It's my dad. We were fighting all the time. I love my dad. I hug my dad now. I tell my dad I love him. I told him when I was in prison, I had to learn how to forgive people. Forgiveness helped me release all that anger and that hatred inside that was helping me to fuel my violence. Now my dad comes over, I give him a haircut even though he didn't have that much hair. And I cut his little beard like once a month, he comes over. But we got a good relationship now. And we didn't have a relationship before. And I didn't see him the whole time I was locked up because of his criminal background. He couldn't come visit me inside the jail. So I didn't see him for almost 12 or 14 years except for pictures. I got a bachelor's degree in 2017, 3.7 GPA. Those are things I was like, man, if I just apply myself, I never used to think I could do this stuff. That's a bachelor's degree. I got hired at the county of Santa Cruz almost 4 years ago to put together this whole program that's happening from all over county, from Santa Cruz to Watsonville. It's helping people get off drugs, off the streets, and getting their lives together, right? And I won a gold award for that first year that I started. That was a thing from the board of supervisors. So I think here's some of my main points right here. You can't reach for anything new if your hands are still full of yesterday's junk. Yesterday's junk. If I still kept holding on to that anger, that bitterness, forgiving my parents, not forgiving the person who actually gave them my name so I could get arrested. Right? Because I used to blame that person. That person gave my name. They snitched on me. But no. When I'm pointing at everybody else's fault, I can't take responsibility for my own actions. Right? How many people got belly buttons in there? Only a couple of you guys got belly buttons? What? Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Everybody got a belly button, right? Well, I got a belly button too. And I just say that so you can remember, like you can make all the excuses in the world. And the things that I used to make up. That's how I grew up. That's who's in my house, that's how my parents were. Oh, we didn't have money. Or I got molested. Or I got this, or I got that. And all that stuff is true. And could have happened. But it doesn't give me the right to go treat other people that way. And when I learned how to get help for those things, it changed my life. Right? It helped me to be able to help other people who are going through the same things as me and the rest of us right here. This is the rest of that saying. Hurt people, but heal people, heal people. You can take the keys. We call this keys of life, right? These are the peace words. The life lessons you learn from them today, like you can take those keys. You know, keys are used to unlock doors, right? You can take these life lessons. These are keys that you can use to apply to your life and unlock the door to your future, to something better than prison, than death, than any other negative consequences you can have, right? So I just want you to be mindful of those things. These are some of my other friends that are in prison. They all wrote books that are doing big things. A lot of them. I don't know, anybody ever heard Tupac? Oh man, Tupac's still relevant today? Back in our day, man, we got that our music. I used to bump all that stuff. Tupac, Brother Lynch Young, I don't know, and all kinds of crazy stuff. This dude right here, you guys get a chance, his name's Brian Trejo. You can go look him up on YouTube. This dude done changed his whole life, and he raps clean music, but it's powerful music. It's like all our stories put together to music, but it's bad. If you get a chance, I will tell you to check that out. These are all the speakers. So, all right. So, with that, I'm going to end, but I'm going to ask a couple questions. What are some barriers in my life that help me back to